Hi, my name is Emma Kivett. I'm a sophomore here at Ball State University, and I major in organizational communications with a minor in theater. Just a little bit about me and my family. I have a super tight-knit extended family. I don't live more than an hour away from any one of my cousins, aunts, or uncles. I grew up in the house my mom was born in, and each summer I go to the beach for 1 week with my 20 plus closest relatives. And actually, on one of those beach vacations is where I got my artifact, which is this little guy. And I don't know if you can see him very well, but he's like a glass turtle. I don't know. He's kind of gimmicky, but hopefully during my speech I can explain why he would mean so much to me and my family. So first of all, I got him when I was about 7 years old from a serpentarium in a really small town called Edisto, South Carolina. It's the beach that my family I went to every single year. They started the tradition before I was born. When we were at Edisto, we had a family tradition that the last day of our trip, we would all go souvenir shopping. And it was a big deal, and we would all go. Even though Edisto didn't have a lot of souvenir shops, there was probably only 4. But we made sure to hit every single one, and it was just a big ordeal, and it was really fun. But when I was 7, I got some of my own money, and I really wanted to buy my own souvenir for myself, and I wanted to search for it. And we went to every other stop, but it wasn't what I wanted, and I just wanted to wait until we got to my favorite place, which was the Serpentarium, which is a reptile house, in case you didn't know. And there was this big display. It was 3 tiers, and it had all these glass figurines on it. And I knew that that's what I wanted to take home. So 12 years later, and he's missing one of his fin. I still have him, and I've kept him since then. So when I look at this miniature glass figurine, I really don't think of myself going souvenir shopping or any of that, or having my own money. That's not what he reminds me of. He just reminds me of those trips to the beach in general, and going with my family and being there, because Edisto was really important to me and my family. Actually, we started going to Edisto, like I said, before I was even born. It was a tradition that my grandparents had started. My family had gotten really big, and there was so many cousins and everything, and it was really important to my grandparents that we stayed close, and that we always bonded, and that we had a connection together, and we had a place and a time to set aside to focus solely on family and talking about our family's history and telling stories and making memories. I think was really important to them. So Edisto became a really special place to all of us. And actually, when I was 3 years old, my grandparents passed away. And my family decided that it was still really important to them, and in their honor, we would still go to the same beach house at Edisto Island, and we'd stay there for a week and keep making memories and talk about them and their time with us. And it even gained even more importance after they passed. So the beach really holds a special place in all of our hearts, and silly little things like this, and going to the Serpentarium and going souvenir shopping together really has stayed important. So even as silly as he may be, he reminds me of a lot of who I am and how proud I am to come from a family that's really tight-knit. So even if he loses another fin, I hope to always keep him and pass down silly little trinkets like this to my kids, to remind them of my times when I was a child, and hopefully to also pass down that tradition of going to the beach and spending time with your family and bridging generational gaps, because there's so many of us. And so, yeah, I keep him with me, and even though we've outgrown the beach house at Edisto Island, because there's more of us, I still look forward to going to the beach every single year. So thank you for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.